Well, hi guys. Thanks for joining me here on my channel, Steve Sturgill. It's another sad day for Frag fragrance community as we're losing yet another brother in arms, another fantastic one of the main pioneers of the fragrance game. I'm sure by now most of you already, if you're tuned in, have heard the blurb, or if you gotten the bell alert on your YouTube app or your browser. Yes, I'm referring to that we have lost. I mean, he didn't die, but he's pretty much walking away from the Frag game for now. Joy Amin from Bangladesh, with 23 plus thousand subscribers, he's pretty much shuttering his doors. Let's just preface this with saying that, first off, congratulations, Joy, on amassing well over 23,000 subscribers in well under 3 years of operating on YouTube. That's just staggering to me. I mean, I literally know people who've been on YouTube for 5 years. They don't even have 5,000 subscribers. And we can all laugh and go, you suck. You don't know what you're doing. I'm going to tell you guys, to get close to 24,000 subscribers in basically 2 years and change is staggeringly awesome. Mark's been on, Robes08 from out of Canada. He's been on, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, way longer than Joy. I mean, I want to say like 5, 6, 7 years at least on YouTube. And yes, Mark has more subscribers than Joy, but again, he's been on like a minimum of 3 times longer, bro. You know what I mean? Like compute that before you go, oh my God, yeah. And Mark's only got about, I think, another 10 to 12,000 subscribers. I could be slightly off, but it's in that ballpark. I mean, Big Beard Business, for example, has, I'm not trying to throw salt in the wounds. He's passed Mark, by a country mile, and Big Beard Business just barely started like a year and a half ago, if that, 2 years max. So at any rate, I'm not trying to get into a tug of war. Who's the greatest? Who's got more views? That a lot of that comes down to marketing, business savvy. Point is, guys, Joy has been one of the dominant forces in this game. He's introduced so many of us to so many awesome scents, niche, indie, independent, luxury scents, whether they be designer or other levels, other styles, attar ouds and oils, just all the way down to like cheapy, almost drugstore scents, stuff you could get for like $5 to $10 occasionally. That's not Joy's specialty, by the way, but I'm just saying, guys, I'm gonna miss him. Used to love just staying up late at night sometimes and just turn on a long review format, much like my own and Robes08, Mark's formats. A couple of the other reviewers used to dabble in long format reviews, but by and large, we're the only tightly grouped bunch of guys that still do long format reviews for the most part. And I've been trying to trim mine down just a little bit and not be quite as annoying, but it's hard. So I don't want to rehash too much of what Joy said. I'll provide a link to the vid so you guys can watch it. I highly recommend you watch it in its entirety if you don't mind, so you don't miss any of the nuanced information that Joy gives in his video. But I will sort of summarize what I think he was overall saying in the video and at least what I got from it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not the wealthiest reviewer out there. Like Sebastian of looking, feeling, smelling great. I love you, Sebastian. No hate at all, no jealousy, just pure admiration. But Seb, he's constantly jet setting around the world. He's constantly showcasing four, five, six, seven, $800, $900 bottles of juice. In some cases, $1,500 rojos. A, he must have an incredible job, or B, he must be fairly incredibly wealthy just to support that lifestyle on just on its barest surface, right? And I'm not gonna lie, occasionally I get little pangs of jealousy thinking, God, wouldn't it be great just to hop on a jet, go to Paris, meet up with some incredible perfumer. Oh, and she gave me this and she gave me that. Then I come back to California and or Seattle, and boom, here's this perfume, and boom, here's this perfume, and the four of them combined are worth $3,000. And yeah, this is great. You need to get your nose on this. That's basically, to me, the lifestyles of the rich and famous, and it's just definitely something to aspire to. It's definitely not my level right now. I hope one day it is. And I'm not gonna lie, I would occasionally see Joy come back, and here he is. I mean no offense to Bangladesh, or I know there's rich people in Bangladesh just like there are everywhere, but in general, guys, let's just be real. The overall GPA, the level of Bangladesh on average is much lower than the U.S., for example, or Canada, or UK, or Hong Kong, or et cetera, Germany, whatever, wherever you want to throw that dart out. And I would see Joy, come back with this incredible Indonesian oud that retails for 250, and then bam, the next night you have another one retails for 300, and then the next night you have another one that retails for 200 or to 225, and I'd just be like, man, rock on, bro. Like what do you do for a living, right? I know most of us, we have to really, really consciously aspire to save up and get like just one bottle of juice that costs $200 is for the average person. I'm sorry, the average working adult, especially if you have a kid or you live in a flat or an apartment or a house and you've got a car payment, that's a pretty big expense, man. It's a pretty big use of money, for lack of a better way of describing it. And you've got to really consider, if I buy this bottle of juice, am I going to be good for the rest of the month? And what else can I buy for my channel, right? If I blow 500 in 1 month on Frags, I really shouldn't spend anything else that month on anything extravagant, on anything that I absolutely don't need, right? So I can make my budget. And I think that's the typical thinking for most of us. We're seeing all these, and myself included, you're seeing me, you're seeing Joy, you're seeing Chad, whoever, with all these incredible fragrances like Nomatera and George, although not quite as pricey as that, Atelier Cologne, Amber Tubac by Daniel Josier. On and on and on and on, and a big old bottle of 1 million Pakurban, probably reformulated, whatever. And for the average, not so well-to-do viewer, you're probably thinking and feeling a little bit of the same pangs of jealousy that I was feeling, thinking, man, what do you guys freaking do for a living? Like, you're just grabbing all these fragrances left, right, forward, and center, and wow, like bravo, more power to you. Like, I don't know what kind of job you guys have got. Obviously, I went to the wrong school, didn't get a good job. I'm barely making my bills. I'm barely making my ends meet. And I really do think that's the process that a lot of us, even as viewers, as watchers, as lovers of fragrance community, and whatever other niche that we may be into, whether it's painting, whether it's handbags, jewelry, watches, shoes, they call them kicks, sneaks, boots, whatever, fancy blue jeans that cost $200 to $400 a pair, famous artworks or reproductions of famous art, that can get real pricey, even though you're just dealing with repros. If you're a huge, big-time vinyl collector, like for LPs, records, that can get extremely pricey. Then that's not even talking about the hardware side with the needles, diamond needles, this kind of turntable versus that kind of turntable, this brand that went out of production versus this brand that's still in production. You get what I'm saying. I don't want to beat a dead horse into the ground, but long story short, Joy says that's very, very much what happened to him. He was offsetting all of his fragrances to a large extent. I don't know about all of them. According to him, by his decant side business. So whatever he would make on the decant side business, he'd then go out and immediately purchase whatever fragrances he wanted to review or whichever fragrances he wanted to own. Long story short, according to Joy, at some point, man, he was owing creditors, man, sellers. Maybe he wasn't making all his bills. I don't know about all that, but it doesn't sound fantastic, you know. And I think what he's alluded to is just honest to God. Number one, wanting to keep up a good foot and a good look for his channel, which is absolutely understandable. As am I, as is Chad, as is Sebastian, all those guys, all of us, right? Big Beard B, on and on and on. I don't have time to list all the names. There's, Steven Red Adolescence, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, E. Mitsu, also out of Brooklyn, I believe, and on and on and on and on. But speaking to addictions, guys, this is not funny. This is not a laughing matter, and it's real, and it can absolutely consume with a jealous fire that just doesn't give a flip about your bank account, your wallet, your lifestyle, your needs, your bills. And from this realization, Joy has chosen to pretty much, overall, this is again where it gets a little confusing, but follow me. He's basically shutting his normal operations down. He's not closing the channel like hard close. He's going to occasionally still do a few reviews every now and again. But you will no longer, according to Joy, see daily reviews. You may not even see weekly until things get more sorted. I don't know. We'll see how that shakes out. Number two, Joy is trying to settle his debts. And I wish you the best, Joy, in doing that. I really wish you Godspeed. I hope you settle all those accounts. Get straight, get right. Please come back to the game refreshed, renewed, stronger than ever. You're one of the main go-tos in this game. You're just like a lighthouse, keeping that light going. You spread really overall nothing but love for the most part, and understanding and tolerance. And I thank you so much for that from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for sharing unmitigated, true, honest opinions from your heart over these last 2 to 3 years, 2.5 years, we'll say, with this fantastic overall fragrance community. And I know there's been some hate lately and some stuff with Jeremy Fragrance and on and on and on, but let's not overly exaggerate all that. That's just a small percentage of our Fragcom. I think the majority of us stay very enlightened and very interested in fragrance and fragrance community, and I think we really, really grow together. We learn together. We share together, we buy together, we lose together, we change opinions often based on more time spent with fragrances and on more time spent with other vloggers and reviewers. So let's just all take a moment now to thank Joy, Amin, for his wonderful service, for sharing from his heart with this community. Let's wish him Godspeed. We hope he gets right again. We hope he comes back refreshed, renewed, reinvigorated, all accounts settled. But I would like to also end on this note, guys. This doesn't bode well for Fragcom in the sense that if a reviewer with nearly 24,000 subscribers in 2 years and change can't make a go of it, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us. Quite seriously, no joke. All joking aside, all kidding aside, that doesn't bode well for the bulk reviewers left out there. We've already seen now 5 reviewers come and go in the last 3 to 4 years, let's say, and I'm not counting, a couple of pretty significant deaths in Fragcom over the last 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years. We know who those guys are. I'm just talking about reviewers that have chosen to walk away and just literally shut their channels down. For now, let's hope that's not Joy as well. I really, really hope that for the fact that he's keeping his channel open and he's going to do some occasional reviews, that he will eventually come back full strength, full throttle, and keep on chugging. I would hate to see a reviewer this universally loved and respected, and needed to keep some kind of balance in this game, with some more of an old schoolers, but yet very open-minded, modern, look forward-thinking reviewer, always giving their heart's natural and honest opinion, with love, with respect, and with candor. That's going to do it, guys. Again, I will provide a link below to Joy's video. Please watch it. Let me know what you think. Let Joy know what you think. Give him a shout out. Give him a big internet hug. And let's wish him a speedy return to normalcy. At least he's not shutting it down completely, at least for now. And let's hope he gets back to full throttle. But again, addiction is a serious thing. For anyone out there struggling with fragrance addiction or any kind of monetary addiction, there's plenty of help. There's plenty of interest groups out there on the World Wide Web, and probably even just locally. You know, just reach out to someone, meet with a money manager or a lifestyle coach, get some prayer, get some meditation, take a walk on the beach, go running by the beach or in the mountains, wherever you live, and get your mind clear. Set some goals, hit those goals. Excuse me, let me sip of coffee here. And get your mind right, get your heart right, get your spirit right, and you can get back to balancing those debts, still enjoying that area without being an addict. It's tricky. It can be done. I wish you all the best. Thanks for joining me here on my channel. A little bit of a sad last 24 hours or less, and going forward, knowing that Joy is not going to be dropping daily vids for anywhere near the foreseeable future. But again, Joy, if you're watching, wish you all the luck in the world. Blessings, abundance, Godspeed. Please come back full strength to the Frag game. And if you don't, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of life. Fragrance is not life. Life has many, many, much more important and bigger issues out there than sports or fragrances or Lamborghinis, Ferraris, or lifestyles rich and famous. It's you know, life is bigger than all of that. Life is ultimately about living. It's about love, joy. It's about people, friends, family, and setting, reaching, and attaining important goals. Not just frivolous goals, goals that matter. So set an important goal in your life. Strive to attain it. Thanks so much, guys. Spray if you got it. Live life on your terms, and catch me on the next episode. If you like, please subscribe. Click the bell for future updates. You know the drill. Peace out. Love you guys. Love you, Joy, too. Thanks for all the many, many videos over the years. Last couple of years. You're going to be much missed, brother. Godspeed and safe return. Happy trails, brother.